Alright, Factory Town 1.0 came out. What is the campaign mode? I'm assuming the campaign mode is just going to be, kind of doling out the mechanics one by one. And I'd rather just kind of chuck myself into sandbox mode and just make it work. So welcome to Factory Town. It's a bit of an odd duck game. It's changed a lot since I've last played. I think it was the beginning of 2019. I just moved to Portland. Was living in a hotel, very temporarily while we tried to figure out what our life was going to be like. Okay, so cannot afford, so I gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, we were just trying to figure out our life, question mark, and, like, find a new place to move to. And, okay, this is gonna take a little bit of doing. And I remember just playing this while I had food poisoning. Which is actually, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was just lost. Okay. So I think we want the trees first and foremost. Which means what we need is a building. Quick access. I don't even know what any of that is going to do. Farming, mining, farm tile, tree planter, mine shaft, omni planter. Wait. What? Let's do buildings? Lumber mill! Oh, but lumber mill looks like I might need some things. Okay, the campaign is actually decent, by the way, not overly tutorially. Fair. Okay, so we have got crates. So it looks like we might want to specifically... Here, let's just build a footpath out this direction and just see what we can do. Because I'm very low on resources. Okay, worker. There we go. There we go. So in that case, they can go off path. Okay, cool. Progress, knowledge, understanding. We got it. I just needed that initial start, and I think after this we're going to be good. So we're going to need more workers. However, I think for us to get more workers, we need more houses. To get more houses, we're going to need to do some things. Question is, can I make the super ultra decker horror house that I did a couple years ago? Well, one way or another, I'm going to start with that. How do I go up a level? Or did they... Wait. Was it wood scaffold block? I cannot destroy. How do I build up? Is that it? Alt seems to do something. Makes it blue, but I don't think that's it. I think they patched that after they saw your video. Dang it. Can I not build the super horror house that extends into the sky infinitely? Alas. Alright, whatever. Let's, buildings, lumber mill. Looks like I'm gonna need a lot of resources to do it, but... Well, I guess I'm gonna need a lot of wood and stone first before I can do anything of the sort. How do I get more people? Determined by houses, worker capacity. Upgrade. Need 8 houses for this. We'll just wait. Wait. You still can? It just all has to be connected by the path. Wait, so if I have a, like, spiral staircase surrounding just, like, a ridiculous, horrifying thing? Oh, I see. Worker. I can just build more workers. There we go. Okay. Well, our biggest... Oops. Our biggest issue is lack of lumber. So let's scale that up a little bit. I'm glad I got the path. Speaking of, how much does a footpath cost? Wood. Work on that a bit. Let's go Wars Today, Wander. It was pleasant. It's just a very relaxing game. You know, lots of things to kind of just theme park and do. Work together with a group. multiplayer, but without the pain of intense over-cooperation or toxic behaviors. I don't know if that is a concern for a lot of people, but for me, like, I've always disliked... Okay, no workers assigned. Okay, you. Workers assigned. Not enough spare popul... Oh! I see. So I'm going to need some houses if I want to actually do this. Scaffold, ramp, wooden rail. Okay. Here's the question. So I'm going to need planks. So I think we're stuck with basic houses for the time being. So we'll just start with that. Alright. Lumber mill. Select recipe. We want to make planks, not paper. And what we need is to bring resources here. There we go. Yeah, it's not super competitive, which to me feels seems to feel that toxicness. Yep. And admittedly, like, I think your mileage may vary with like a bunch of games, but I've always had kind of bad experiences with folks online. Okay. Pick up these. Drop off there. Okay, this should work. Okay, so now we've got some planks going. This is not efficient, but we'll make it work. Play a lot of fighting games, so I know a lot about rude people. Yeah. And it's like, I can work with it with friends, but I think, as far as, like, just being on the internet goes, not great. One of the last times I even played a competitive shooter was, like, almost 10 years ago. I was at a LAN party with my friend, or that my friend had hosted. I went to the Rochester Institute of Technology. He went to the Rensselaer, in Polytechnic Institute, RPI. I think that's what it is. Okay, we can increase our tech level, I guess. So, food market, school, general store, masonry, woodworking, logistics, grain processing, and civics. Neat. But so he made a lot of friends out there, and invited a number of them over, as well as me, who is kind of like his only friend from our high school. Which was fine. But so I was invited along to, like, you know, come hang out. Okay, I'm gonna try and build... actually, let's delete this. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can build this scaffold. Now, scaffold arch? Is there a way to build up... Oh, I see. So we need to do this. I swear there's probably a better way to do this, but I do not know what it is. There we go. But so I got to meet his friends as kind of part of this LAN party. And most of them were pretty swell people. You know, little odd, but nerds tend to be. Okay. We need money. Well, here's the other option. I'm going to just delete some houses. There we go. I'm really committed to the idea of putting all of my houses on one general footpath. And it doesn't look like it needs to be contained, necessarily. But, so as part of this LAN party, there was one group of people, it was like a pair of brothers, and they were just a little too gamer TM for me. So I remember specifically, like, there was a lull in the LAN party, or like, to some degree, nothing was even happening, so I was just kind of like, alright, whatever. And I think Battlefield 3 had just come out? Okay, I just need some more wood. It was one of the Battlefields. It might have... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I don't think we can stack the houses in the way that we used to be able to, but we can make a super double-decker horror neighborhood that I did previously. don't remember if you have to deliver resources to houses. I guess we'll find out. But I'm just glad that I'm able to kind of do this again and work with this. That said, we should probably figure out some new ways of doing things. Yeah, if I recall, houses took wireless from the market. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so build food market. But I'm gonna need lumber for this. Distributes and sells food items automatically to nearby houses. The main question is, does it go up? And that's why I wanted to try this. Because normally what you have to do is have multiple markets potentially being serviced, but if all of your houses are in just one giant Uber stack that extends into space, one market should be able to cover all of them, I hope. We might have to tear this down and redo it as we learn, but it should be fine. But, so specifically these two gamer brothers decided that it would be really fun to hang out directly behind me and nitpick my inability to play Battlefield at the time. And it's like realistically to some degree, like I was bad, so I'm not terribly surprised. But there's still kind of this like feeling of just like, I just don't like the mentality that goes into this. There we go. Okay, we got some money rolling in. And that kind of just generally carried over to a lot of competitive shooting in general. That oftentimes the players that I was being exposed to were usually the people that I never wanted anything to do with. And so I just had the hardest time getting into kind of those mentalities. And like dealing with the personality types that really liked that sort of thing. I still have it with like a lot of other non-competitive games too. I've been playing oh, it actually looks like I can just make this and it'll just give me the scaffolding. The big issue is we just need more wood. Hell yeah. So it looks like this works. I just need to actually get the layers going. Yeah, peek, uninstall, and kill yourself. Gotta love players like that. Yeah, this is a weird topic, and kind of a roundabout way to explain why I love casual as heck games like this. Where I can just kind of load it up and play and just relax. Not think about people judging me too much. Most of the time. I'm sure somebody's gonna be mad. But you know what? I don't know. What can you do? Can I expand this yet? No, I need some money and I need 8 houses for that. Which looks like... Number of linked houses. Oh, plus house upgrades. House level 1. How do we upgrade house? I'm not sure. I saw a conversation earlier today of people talking, oh, they upgrade based on happiness, probably. That's what it is. Okay, well in that case, what are we doing? Because we have kind of the basic, wooden conveyor belt. I think to some degree, we're going to want to move this lumber mill out. Oh, I think we might also need a cart. How do we build a cart? Workers, raft, wagon, caravan. Never mind. Carry multiple items between buildings, but we need woodworking. To get woodworking, we need to produce more things. Namely, we need to make stone bricks and wood wheels. Back to build. What else do we have? Buildings, school, research of new technologies, greatly improve and optimize your town. Lumber mill, we've already got that. Well, crates. Small storage space to store items, does not auto output to chutes and crates. Okay, so in that case, let's delete this house. Please tell me. Okay, good. Oh, interesting. The scaffolding that they use is different. Okay, so we gotta raise our population level before I can get the next house. What is this? When markets are placed on a footpath or road, they will automatically deliver items to houses on the same road. Oh. I see. So it looks like I do have to have a road that connects these. Okay. So in that case, we are going to need the scaffold-based road that kind of twists and turns up this entire thing. Yeah, there are different types of platform scaffolding. Yeah. Okay. There we go. This should work. Because this way, I only ever have to service one specific type of food stall. Sure, it's going to have a bit of a lumber cost to build this sort of thing up. But at the same time, this way, I can just slap houses down up here and just kind of keep looping it up. And it'll be like the absolute worst neighborhood ever. And I'm sure the HOA fees for a place like this are hell. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm proud of it. I love this idea and I'm glad that I can continue doing it. It's a little bit more cursed than it used to be. I don't remember having to do nearly this much work. But at the same time, whatever. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get like let's get 4 more workers. Lumber there. We're going to get... more lumber out of this, because I think the big issue is this guy's output is full. Okay, so in fact, pick up, drop off. Let's actually pull more from the output, because I don't know what the speed is here. Eventually I want to have actual conveyor belts that lead to the... I want to have actual conveyor belts that lead probably into my town center. Maybe I should have moved this out and further. Okay, you can still stack houses, but only up to 3 levels now. Oh. Really? I gotta test this. How do you do the stacking then? I guess I gotta destroy one of these. We probably just want to up our population. Alternatively, I just destroy this, which messes with my population capacity. How do stack building? Huh, that's weird. It says building is blocked, but there should be space. Select columns? No, that ain't it. Because I can rotate. Anybody got a quick answer on this one for me? Because yeah, I know in the previous one you just stacked on top of each other. And then that was it. And you didn't have to do any more. But clearly I want to do more than that. Now obviously I can just do this like ridiculous neighborhood structure, which is fine. Barn locked, footpath, road locked. I hate when I'm told that I can do something, but I'm not actually told how to do it. And so then I'm just like, but how? How do, help. Buildings. No, those are specific building structures, recipes, tips. Worker capacity, multiple recipes, refunds, omnistones. Okay. So it looks like I can't just put them on top of each other like I used to. So I think this is right, that I do actually have to put them here. I just need to get the roads. I just have to make sure that they are lined up correctly. Okay. Let's do this. Because, yeah, previously I didn't have to do anything fancy. Or is there only... Do I only ever have to do... Or not, do I only have to, but am I just perpetually locked to X number of layers for this? Oh, interesting. I guess this is fine. Okay, you stack them like how you're doing. Just the little guys refuse to climb up more than 3 ramps. Really? Okay, so that's kind of super unfortunate. Because in the past, I could have one of these go into space. And it was a thing of true beauty. It was also incredibly cheesy and super busted, but I loved it, and it was great. The other thing is it doesn't look like I can stack wooden pillars through these ramps, unfortunately. It just says building is blocked. So I might have to rethink what I'm gonna do with this one. Okay, well, whatever. This'll do for now. We need to focus on other things. Namely, we gotta level up the population, happiness. Looks like our biggest issue might just be the fact that... yeah, we're only supplying so much. We do have a ton of lumber, so I can potentially switch up to doing something else. I don't think I can make any stone bricks yet. We specifically need, like, a workshop, I believe, to make those. Oh, wow. Okay, that has a much larger AoE than I thought it would. What about the food market? They all do. Okay. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to have to do at a later date is probably just tear this whole thing up. For now, I'm just going to make it work. So we just have a school. The school is going to need paper. Paper is made by a lumber mill. In that case, lumber mill. Delete this road. Path extend back here. Okay, not that. We need a lumber mill. Lumber mill, just go right here. You are going to make select recipe paper. Oh, but we need water. Oh, which is just produced by a well. Okay. Bring that there. And I'm assuming I don't have any pipes. Paths. We've got footbridge, log bridge, rails, roads, and chutes, but we can't do anything with that. I'm not actually sure how pipes work. Fluid pipe. We need fluid pipes, which are made by the mill. So I think we're gonna have to just manually bring water, at least for now. This whole business is going to be extra cursed, but that's probably fine. Okay, you go here. Okay, pick up water, drop it off here. Okay. You're just doing something. I'm just gonna bring them over here. You have nothing better, so pick up and drop off. But we don't have anything yet. Because I need one more person. I'm gonna take a worker off this, and we're gonna put it here. Okay, cool. So now we should have some paper that'll go to the schools. Because if I can get a little bit more Is it going to be happiness? Oh. Unless schooling does not actually appeal to happiness. It has no benefit on that. Is happiness purely a factor of food and nothing more? No, it does look like it increases happiness a little bit. We just need to have more paper. Well, we have new research available, which I have to... Okay, here we go. Grain processing. This will get us the food mill. Civics level 1. Unlocks... Aha! But we're going to need 200 money for that. I guess I'll get grain processing. Okay, what is this? Buildings Omni Temple. That's a victory condition. Oh, and tech level 10. Got it. I'm just going to hide those because those aren't particularly helpful at the moment. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the music off because at this point this music is kind of nothing. It's pleasant, I get it, but it doesn't excite. Hey, and thank you Periapsis Flow for the 27-month resub. 27, 3 times 3 times 3, the rule of 3, rule of threes. Is my music on? Yeah, there it is. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So, big next thing we should probably do is maybe the food mill. Let's get a food mill. Okay. Instead, let's make some bread. Select recipe. Well, we can make flour. Oh, and this cotton person. I don't even know what the cotton is doing for me. Here's the question. Looks like we might actually want a separate person for both of these. Whoa! Hey, thank you Splattercat for the raid and welcome on in everybody! Geez, that's a lot. Yeah, we're playing Factory Town 1.0, which has Splat played that one yet? I'm assuming he has. It very much seems like his kind of thing that he would dive into. Hey, can we upgrade this? Yes, town center. Does that mean population? We actually can fit some people in here. Yes. I just started out, so you're joining in at a very good time. I just gotta figure out how to get this working. Okay, so we've got paper, we've got science. This is kind of functional. I've seen it play it a while back. Yeah, I figured. So, can I get more houses? No, we're limited on our housing capacity until we've maybe upgraded this further. I'm not entirely sure. It's just nice to have enough people to actually expand. So, what do we have to build? Because we got... I mean, probably we want the general store next. Okay, so the general store takes planks, stone bricks, wood wheels, nails, and all these link to the houses that I've got in this immediate area. Let's see. So yeah, what is this game? It's a Civ Sim City kind of thing. It's Factorio. Yeah, town builder with Factorio elements. It's barely a town builder, to be honest, though it shares a lot of the base logic. Effectively, much like most town builder games, you have to keep your people happy. To do that, you have to provide various needs, but by doing so, it expands your town. So in this case, we want to provide grain, flour, bread, egg, fish, you know, this entire giant list to this neighborhood. And the higher their happiness, the more it unlocks like certain techs. So for example, I'm trying to get up to happiness 8, so it can increase my population level, increasing the number of houses, the number of people I can have. And we scale that up. And yeah, so your production line's purpose is to satisfy your workers instead of just shooting out of the planet. And there's no native aliens that are like super pissed at you for existing. It's very nicely chill, and it does enough different from like Factorio or Satisfactory that it kind of stands as its own fresh kind of entity, if that makes sense. Easiest example I could say would be actually verticality. I know Satisfactory does verticality in its own, but I find that it's like maybe a little too big for scale. That's a little hard to work with because you're there in first person. This one, back in the early access version of this game, I actually had all of my houses in one tower that just extended into the sky. It looks like they've nerfed that a little bit, but I'm just making do with what I got. A population level. So now we can get some more houses here. Which means I can go back to making this the horrible monstrosity. I think I made this... Yeah, I did. I made this monstrosity too small. There we go. So I believe... Nah, it's not going to let me unless I fill these in. There we go. Bam. Then bam. Okay, there we go. So now all I have to do... extend this. It's a mess. And I'm going to have to tear this whole thing down later. But now I've got a functional, slightly extending into the sky neighborhood that I can work with. You're watching Splat play Stone Shard. Yeah, it's on my list. I heard City of Gold is real good. I want to give it a shot. Because I've been waiting for Stone Shard to get, like, real good, sooner than later. But, like, I know City of Gold was in development for, gosh, like, almost a year or something to that extent. And it seems like it's getting better now. But there is just that kind of time period of just waiting. I'm not a patient person. I don't like waiting that long. Yeah, it's getting there based on what you've seen. It's just though, yeah. I've been having kind of that issue with a lot of early access titles lately where it's just like, man, I can't wait for this game to be done and good because once it is, I will be a very happy camper. In the meantime, I'm just going to be kind of okay with it. You know what? Do we want to... Here. This is getting kind of messy in an untenable manner, and I don't like it. I'm going to have the ramp that goes up go off to this side, because we actually have some visual space that I can work with in doing so. There we go. And this should be it. This should be enough. Because the easy way to check would be, can I extend a scaffolding above these houses? Because I think you can clip through the roof just a little bit. Heck, you might actually be able to clip through a roof, like, down a layer. No. Okay. So we've hit peak layer, and I should have... Yeah, I've got more than enough lumber here. Okay. I've honestly been looking forward to doing this exact strat for 2 years now. And just dive right back in. I've been wanting to do this in RimWorld, too. But sadly, that's... I don't know. I almost feel like at some point we should... I would love to get like a RimWorld 2 that just adds... like switches the game to 3D so you can get proper verticality in. Oh, this song sucks. I mean, maybe the rest of it is fine, but absolutely despise this, like, weird trend with chill hop and other, like, synth music to just randomly have people's voices in it. I don't know. This is not my thing. I'm sure that a lot of people like it for some reason, but I just have never been able to get into it. Oh. There we go. There. Almost. Don't want this one. There we go. I should probably convert these over to proper wooden scaffold blocks. There we go. It looks cursed. But that's kind of the point of all of this. Alright, extend this here, extend this here. And there's our new neighborhood. It's not perfect, but still. Don't mind vocals and chill hop and such. But a lot of them are just starting to not have actual vocals and it's just someone talking and it's meh. It feels like it's supposed to be this weird found footage thing and I don't know why. I'm sure there's like a specific reason stylistically why a number of these musicians choose to include stuff like it, but it just feels odd to me. Okay. Look at it. It's beautiful. Who would ever want to live here? I mean, I ask myself that, but in reality, like, a lot of people don't have much of a choice. Like, can I delete these? I want my scaffolding to be on the corners. It just feels odd otherwise. It's like, where are your structural supports? Inside. What? There we go. That looks tidier, mostly. I've got to fix it here, too. I know there's a way that you can hide, like, upper layers, I think. Oh, well. Alright. Mostly fine. I guess I'm not going to be able to have proper structural support. Let's go with improper structural support. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm so glad there's no actual physics on this game. It would be bad. Alright. So let's take a look at this. Happiness. So, our happiness is... It's at 11. It's not perfect, but we are actually generating some amount of happiness based on how our town is set up at the moment. In this video, we see Wander give architects a heart attack. Seriously. Oh man. I need to play Islanders again at some point. That game has some really cursed, handling? I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at this. So I'm gonna need... Can I build the workshop yet? Actually, that might be a question for science. New research available. So we can do masonry and we can do woodworking. Woodworking unlocks the barn, workshop, and wagon. How much money do I have? I have enough for both. So we also get the chute and the wagon, which are big. Let's get those. Civics is something I want to work on, but not quite. All support in the corners, so only the center collapses. This tower is powered by a suspension of disbelief. Like all fiction. I would love... no. Nah. I don't know. I would love to play like a town builder or something like that. Like Timberborn, but with magic. But the magic is just like super cursed and broken. Kind of like, hey, we know this should not logically work, but because we don't have a proper understanding of physics, it does work. Don't question it too hard. I want a town builder that leans into magic and high fantasy. There's one that came out, and then the developers immediately abandoned it, called Drifting Lands. I was so excited to see where they go with it, and the answer was, yeah, they're not going anywhere with it, and it made me sad. An orc town builder, yeah. Except for I'm like not a big fan of Games Workshop after their whole like animation snafu thing. Unless of course they've like backed down on that in a really big way and I haven't heard about it, but last I heard they were going after certain content creators for let's see. They were going after certain content creators just for having like fan animations or like fan content. And boy, any company that does that just instantly, I don't want to say goes on like my bad list, but I just don't want anything to do with them. Okay, so we got a food market, we got a general... Do we have the general store, actually? Yes, we do. We're just not delivering anything to it at the moment. Because honestly, what I'm gonna need to do is actually tear my entire building down and move it elsewhere. Honestly, it's actually more tempting to potentially tear down the town center and move it. Maybe. Because the big problem is, this is way too close to the whole thing. Last I heard, they're still being crappy about that, so I'm abstaining from anything with their IPs. Which is honestly fine. Good Games Workshop games are few and far between. There are a couple that are decent, most of them are hideously broken, and are only good because they're tied to Warhammer in some way, shape, or form. There's a couple like Mechanicus and Space Marine that are good, but even then you can find alternatives that are better. Okay, so we want to do a workshop, I think, though. Like, we are very quickly approaching the I should tear this whole thing down and remake it better. I just don't know how to do it, and I'm too much of a coward to try and find out immediately. We'll just make it bad until it functions. Let's get a stonemason first.